It's terrible.
I told you Who is that? All right, come on. Let's go.
Firefighter Steve driving, right? Yep. He has to make sure that he gets in there safely. One of the biggest problems is people stop in front of you and everything else as you're driving. I'll have him explain all that. And Firefighter Jimmy, you will be dressing out when it's done. Okay, and Firefighter Jimmy will be dressing out. Next important question, who's cooking? The engine. Oh, the engine crew's cooking. That's why I left him behind. Okay. We're gonna let him show you the ladder, talk a little bit about it, then we'll have Jimmy Jarvis out in his gear, and then we'll go inside and continue with the rest of it. All yours. He's a little shy.
My name is Master Firefighter Steve, and this is the truck we're driving. Yeah. Well, you cranked for him. Okay. Anyway, our ladder is 105 feet. That'll reach about 8 stories high.
Wow.
So it's pretty tall.
8 stories?
Yeah.
What's the tallest building here?
30 stories.
30, yeah, 30. It's actually the tallest
So what do
building
you
in the
use?
state.
Yeah.
Send them a rope?
Hit the stairs, just like everybody else. Hit the stairs, exactly. So it takes all of us on the truck to drive it. If we back, you'll see we have to back it up. Somebody has to jump out and direct us so we can see all the angles and everything from the truck. If I'm changing lanes or something like that on the interstate, sometimes I'll ask the guy in back to make sure I'm clear over to the right if someone's in my blind spot. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. We enjoy driving. Any questions about driving it I can answer? Or somebody had a question. What was your question?
How much horsepower does your engine have?
That,
A lot.
about 4 or 5.
Next question.
Yeah,
I think it's like 455.
yeah.
A whole lot.
A lot. I don't know. It goes pretty fast for as big as it is. It might be.
Can you get a ticket if you're speeding?
We can get pulled over.
Yeah?
It doesn't happen very often, but cops have been known to either pull people over in fire trucks or to follow them back to the station. Normally, the police, even in our personal vehicles, try not to give us tickets, but sometimes we deserve them.
It doesn't go, I think it only tops out about 64, 65, or 67 miles. Something, like if you're up on the interstate, people are still dusting fastest.
Right.
So it only goes but so fast.
No.
What's your question, buddy?
How are you gonna get to the fire and if you have a 30-story ladder?
Well, we don't use the ladder in that case. We go inside. We use the stairs.
We have to climb the stairs.
We have to climb with a lot of equipment. Like we're wearing the gear that Hugh's going to dress out in, and we have to carry hose with us.
Oh yes.
Other tools we have to just go up the stairs. It's not a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. By the time you get to the top, you're done. You're very tired, but you got to keep working. So, yeah, it's terrible. It's tough, but it's what we do.
You guys want to see what we got in the truck?
Yeah.
These back here, these are called jump seats. They kind of hold up like that. Open up doors. This will open up the door quite nicely. I'm sure it will. People don't always leave their house unlocked because it's on fire. What's that? This right here, even though this is a ladder truck, it's also got a pump on it so it can pump water. So this is the actual pump panel. trucks only have about, this one only has 300 gallons, but the fire engine has 500 gallons. Those hoses will spray about 100 gallons a minute.
You can tell it's going to make up
pretty fast.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like, he's got no
steady
question.
supply of water. Yes, sir. In here we just got we got a pump on the, we got some tools on the front bumper. I'll show you in a minute. If people get in a car wreck, they can't get out. We can cut them out of their car. Yep. In here we got just some more stuff, like if the car's upside down, we got some things in here to make sure it doesn't rock or tip or fall or anything like that. Same stuff. And all this stuff is basically for like vehicle accidents. We have a chain. We have wood that we can put underneath the car to make sure it doesn't move. Back in the back there, we got a big 100-ton Sometimes when somebody's house is on fire, we have to get up on the roof and cut a hole in the roof so all the smoke and fire can come up, okay? And that's what these are for. No, actually what that does is it makes we cut a hole in the roof because that's the direction we want the fire to go. So we'll cut a hole in the roof so the fire will travel up through that so people can come in with the hoses. Don't do it that often, but we can. And we have big saw. This saw right here will cut through metal. It's got a different kind of blade on it.
Put the car open?
No, we don't use that on cars. We use that on like locks or thick metal, like rebar or something like that. And here, this is what we call our RIT bag. This bag is if we're at a fire and a firefighter gets hurt or runs out of air. This has a big air tank in it that we can hook up to ours in case somebody runs out of air, so he doesn't get hurt. This is all of our EMS stuff. So like an ambulance. We've got all the same medical stuff, just not as much that an ambulance does. We've got oxygen, all kinds of bandages, heart monitor. Here we have fans, because fires produce a lot of smoke, right? So we use these fans to help push all that smoke out of the house so we can see.
He's in the hospital, man. I don't know where we're going to get all that stuff. It's going to be a while. We have a lot of stuff, but the stuff he was asking for was like critical care hospital stuff. Like, I can't help you, my friend.
This will definitely open it. This, with somebody getting on the other end of this, will definitely get you in the door.
We did everything to get to him. We got him off the island alive, but he died a week later down in Seattle.
This right here, it's kind of like an axe, but it's not sharp. It's just heavy. So we can get more bang for our buck when we're swinging it.
We got him off there alive.
This is the other jump seat. This is where firefighter Jimmy sits, right here. This is where he's sitting today. So he's got his gear, his
This particular case,
air
one of the
cylinders in
things
the
that
back.
was was certain equipment they said that we didn't provide. But when I got right down to it, the closest hospital to here is in Seattle, Washington. Now we were 1,900 miles off the mainland. That's how far. Yeah, I was hoping because they beat every time they were going to make me go back to Alaska. I said, no problem, you're paying for it. I'll go back and enjoy it again.
It's got to be.
Sometimes it's fun.
They decided to cancel it all.
Look at firefighter Jimmy.
What's he doing now?
He's got a thermal imaging camera and, that shows up heat really well.
So we'll pick it up if you just put your hand inside the truck, your hand out.
Oh yeah.
Have,
Hey Jimmy.
have them show Zach. Zach.
Yeah.
So you pick up the hand print after it's been there a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So look at the truck.
Oh yeah, look at that. It sees the heat. See it?
Can I see the back of that? Oh, here we go. So let me put it in the video. Okay. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. And what are you trying to do with this?
This shows heat.
Okay.
So the truck's cold, right? So when
Okay.
he puts his hand up there, his hand's hot. When he moves his hand away, you can still see where his hand was. 'cause
Okay.
it's
So
showing
what does
heat.
that? How does that help you do your job?
Because when we go into a fire, if the room's hot
Filled with smoke.
and filled with smoke, we can't see. I mean, you can't see your hand in front of your face.
Okay.
Then, you know, if somebody's laying on the ground, they'll be colder than the ground is. So you can see their silhouette.
So by process of elimination. Okay.
So that is basically that's you're searching for victims. You're searching for
Victims,
people.
or if there's something burned behind a
Or
wall and you
fire.
can't see. You know, sometimes we'll go into a house and there's like a chimney fire or something. It'll be
Right on.
burning.
So
in the
you
wall.
can
We can see the fire right through the wall.
the fire, and then if there's a cold spot, if there's a silhouette, then there's something that's not hot.
Yeah, like
there.
a victim. If there's a a
Okay.
person laying on the floor,
Mm-hmm.
we can search the room with that and see the victim laying
So
there.
who carries that?
The officer, whoever's riding up front.
Oh, up front and all right. So sorry, go ahead. No, I just wondering, like when you're going into a house and I don't know what it's called, but if you're clearing a house, the guys up front, they have that.
They do. See, when we go to a fire, we've got engine companies, ladder companies, and then we have like a heavy rescue company. An engine's job is to pull the hose off the truck, spray water, put the fire out. Okay. The ladder company's job. The ladder company, we go and we search the house, look for people, or animals or whatever, pull them out if they're still in there. We open windows, cut holes, and we ventilate with the fan. The rescue companies, they are there for us. If we get hurt, they're there to come get us out of the fire.
Like you were saying there, there's also one of these
So, and I'll show you right the last thing up here on the bumpers, man.
They're there to rotate these guys around.
Or they're ready if there's something.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you have a large structure fire, you may have 8 to 10 pieces of equipment on scene. And it may even come in from another city or something.
Yeah.
As a mutual aid agreement.
They had
Okay.
These are the cups. They're not real sharp, but they'll cut the roof right off.
Let's try.
Pull the car up.
They'll cut just about half.
So 100 pounds.
Yeah, about with all the gear. So I always joke about, I'll do it later on. I'll have them dress out here real quick before we go, and I'll show them how they have to be in shape. See, I always joke around. I say I'm in shape, round is in shape. But they, it's like carrying a couple kids on their back. They have to perform the same standards, same as the guys. Oh yeah, they may end up doing things a little differently to get the end result, but they still have to get the same result. Yep, they still test them to the same requirements. Not all lights have it though.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you don't control it. They set you
So we don't ride down the road at all.
They were asking if they know Ricky Ross.
Oh yeah.
Of course we know.
And then, like you said, the intersection hazard, they don't all have it.
I'm like, who doesn't know?
Yeah. Stop the traffic in all the directions.
guys to follow you.
Right.
He's one of the good guys. She's at Dave and Gina's.
Just like your nozzle on your hose at home, that puts out 100 gallons of water a minute. That is
louder.
He's gonna.
The other one's the
get dressed,
those are all electronic. We have that as well, but we never use it.
Are there types of fires you just don't respond to versus another type of fire truck? What without fire?
No, you'd be probably go to a lot of those. Fires without fires?
Yeah.
Yeah. We probably go to more of those than anything else.
Well, how many times have I said, don't worry guys, we're not going to put you out of business, you're just going to have the EMS calls.
We don't run as many EMS calls on this trip.
Right. He said, we're going to pull him around here and let Jimmy dress out real quick. Come on around. Yeah, we're not going to have him do it that quick.
Be under a minute.
But we're going to...
Time them.
Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to have Jimmy put on the clothes he would wear if he goes to a fire. Sometimes people are a little bit concerned if they see a firefighter come in because he's going to look differently. And we want to make sure, especially for some of the smaller ones, they know what they look like. Now first, do you have your good socks on?
I think so.
No toes wiggling through there or anything else, right? Okay. He's going to step into his fire boots. Those boots have steel in the toe to protect his toes against things that could drop on him or if he stubs his toe. He also has steel underneath in case he steps on broken glass or nails. It helps protect him against those. Around there we have what we call bunker pants or insulated pants to help you get away from your body. Wouldn't it be nice if your boots were down around your boots, you could just jump in, pull them up and be ready to go. Because they're going to give them about a minute to get ready normally, and they're going to be ready to go. The next thing you'll notice, he has knee pads. Whenever there's a fire, there's a lot of heat, there's a lot of smoke. Firefighters can't just walk through them, they have to get down low and crawl just like you would. We're going to talk about more about that inside, but we use that to protect them. The next very important safety item he has, suspenders. Why do you think firefighters wear suspenders?
Pants don't fall down.
That's right. Wouldn't he look funny holding his pants up running down the street? Okay, very good. The next thing he has a hood that he puts on. It helps protect his hair, his ears, and his neck. And usually if I have a firefighter out here with us that's bald, I pick on him about not wearing his hood when he was young. But they're used to me picking on him like that. That just helps protect him because if he has skin showing when he goes into a fire, he could get burned very easily. Next, he has a very heavy coat that he puts on. It's sort of like wearing a heavy winter coat. He wears it whether it's winter or summertime to help protect his body from the heat and the smoke. He's going to zip it closed. Then he's a big flap he puts across. He has extra tools he carries. He has a flashlight to help him see through that smoke because it's going to be hard to see through there. He has a radio to talk to the firefighters on the outside to stay in touch with them. Next, he's going to put his air pack on. That air pack is like air you breathe, only they use a special machine to force it in there so he can carry his own supply of air. He's going to put it on, he'll tighten the straps, and listen to the next sound. Some of you should recognize it. What's it sound like? Seatbelt in the car, right? Make sure you wear them. Make sure you use car seats if you're supposed to. You stole part of my thunder, but that's okay. That sound means he has air available to breathe. I usually say it sounds like birds, but he jumps ahead on me. That's okay. Next, he's going to put his mask on. Before he does that, I'm going to ask him to hold it up so you can see it. I like to call it his window. He can see out and see you. You can see in and see his eyes and everything. It helps keep smoke out of his eyes. Helps keep him from breathing smoke. Each firefighter has their own. Nobody else gets to wear them. They're his mask. And only his mask. Go ahead, put it on. That also helps protect him and everything else. He'll tighten it up to make sure he hasn't got any leaks. Then he'll pull that hood up and around because if we have skin showing, he could get burned and we don't want that to happen. Next, he's going to put his helmet on, but before he does that, knock on it and let him see it's really hard material. It's there to help protect his head against things that may fall on him or things he may bump into as he's crawling around in the dark where he can't see. He'll tighten it up and that strap's designed to break away if he has to. Next, he's going to hook up to his air. And the last thing he's going to put on is his gloves to protect his hands against hot things and sharp things. Once he puts his gloves on, I'm going to ask him to stand really still for a minute. He has a friend that he carries at every fire with him. And I'm going to see if the friend will say good morning or good evening to you. He's very shy, so we have to be really quiet. What's his name? Huh? It's Pale. Pale? Yeah. Listen carefully. It takes about 30 seconds before he gets brave enough to say anything. 30 seconds is a long time when you're waiting. what that does is if he's not moving around, it's going to start making noise. It's going to make more and more noise. It either means he's in trouble and needs help and it makes it easier for the firefighters to find him, or he's taking a nap on the job, and I doubt that's the case. Really, it's there to let the other firefighters know he's in trouble and needs help. Did he look different with that on? He would normally be down low crawling. When he comes into a building, he'll yell out something like, "Fire department, is anybody in here?" And you have a very important job. Yell back as loud as you can. "Help! I'm over here." Go ahead and give it a try. You never hide from him. You want to make sure he knows you're there. If you hide from him, it's going to be harder for him to find him. Unfortunately, sometimes young boys and girls, they either hide under a bed or in a closet. Right? Right. If you can't get out, I'll give you a second. If you cannot get out, then get to a window. Open the window if you can, drop stuffed animals out the window, hang stuff out the window. When they show up at a building where there's a fire, they do what we call ties up. They'll look around for signs of where somebody's in trouble. If they see stuff on the ground right under it, that's an indication there's probably somebody in that room, so they check there right away. It just makes it quicker to get help to. Yes, sir.
Does he have GPS on the
No.
They actually do.
They make a system some places out.
They make, yeah, and it's not so much GPS as it kind of keeps track of what floor they're on and approximation in the house.
It's like a RFID.
Yeah, something like that. It's pretty neat, but they.
Well, good idea we checked this out on you today, huh?
What's that?
Good idea we had you do that. You would have ran out of air on the call.
Oh, no, it wasn't that low.
So you just did a demonstration for us, but just for your safety, you switch out that tank no matter how.
Yeah, like he said, each morning we look. There's a gauge on here. I can see what it is. And like that this morning was like right at 4,000.
Okay.
And just from breathing this, you know, if there's deep breath, it starts bleeding it down. So I just replaced it with one that has more. That way, when I'm inside, I can stay inside longer.
So at 4,000 and you're hooked it, and all that gear, you know how fast you bleed your tank when you're
15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
really
If you're looking.
when you're working.
Really?
15 to 20 minutes.
We did a drill one time where in my old station we worked out with it on.
Yeah.
And as soon as that bell goes off, they say that's a quarter of your airlift. It's time. All you have time to do is leave. What we did is we worked out until the bell went off. The alarms that were low. Then we stopped what we were doing and we sat down. And we were able to, just by sitting down and relaxing, we were able to stretch it out for another half an hour. So that tells us if we get in trouble somewhere and we're getting low on air, it might be better to sit in the corner and wait for someone to come get us rather than try to fight our way out, because if we can't continue to use air like that, we'll be out of air in 3 to 4 minutes.
Oh.
Any last minute questions for them before we go inside?
When it's really, really hot, you guys cycle through. I mean, I know it's really hot in the fire, so hot outside really doesn't make a difference. But it does.
As far as what they'll do is they'll bring in other crews, and as you come out, hopefully, if it's not too busy, they'll bring another crew in to take your spot. Sometimes you have to come out, new bottle, and go right back in. It just depends on what's going on, but they try to get us cycled as much as possible.
Usually in the summertime we'll have a lot more people just because I mean
on the really hot days, they make a point if it's a working fire that they will call another couple engines just to back us up.
Because not only does that gear not let heat in, it doesn't let heat out. So your body, you're in there sweating, and it's keeping all that against your body.
I've heard on a normal day with your gear on, working out, or, working, it can get to like 120 degrees in there, not inside a fire, just because it traps heat so well.
So that's extreme in and of itself.
It's pretty cool.
Based upon my close observation of all that gear, I would assume that it's very old. Now my question is, how often do you have to get a new one? Did it ever wear out a lot?
That gear's about 3 years old, 4 years old.
Yeah, it's not that old actually.
Depends on how often it gets used.
Yeah, I think it's from the...
And stuff like this happens pretty quickly. Like you can see the Velcro starting to rip and stuff like that. So they'll replace that, and then eventually you'll start getting holes in it like this right there. And that's going to be and then they'll patch that. Eventually they'll just say, okay, we've done enough patch work. Yeah, they'll redo the patches on the knees and stuff like that. It does. Let me show you something real quick. You see this right here? This is new to this gear. We've never had these before. What this is, I'm not gonna do. If he gets in trouble, I can grab a hold of that and pull it out. As you can see right here on these lines on his back, those are under his jacket. They go under his arms like this and back around here, and it connects to this strap. If I pull, No, I can pull him out by his arms by using that strap right there. Some genius fireman came up with that, called the yak strap, I think it's called. Maybe within the past 6 or 7 years, someone said, "Hey, what if you do this?"
You just pull him because of your conscience.
Just like a little harness, right?
Yeah,
It's so hard to get someone that's limp, that's dead weight, and try to pick them up.
Yeah, whiff very quickly.
Yeah. Especially with our bottle and our air on their back.
Yeah.
You can't.
The key is to lay them on their back because that bottle slides easier than anything else. And
slide
drag
them on
them, as long as you're not seriously hurt. Ready?
What's your question, buddy? Did we get in trouble?
Did you call more fire trucks?
Fair enough.
If your fire truck gets
Yeah.
This truck's about $1 million.
Ooh.
No. This one's probably closer to 5 years old. This was ladder 1. We just got rid of ours. We had a. It looked different than this. They just sold it. Yeah, that was in 2002. Yeah, they just got rid of it this past summer.
Right, kids? You're looking at one.
Other smaller fire departments.
Or there's actually a business here in town. The ladder that was ladder 16 before that, it went to assignment.
Yeah.
Up off of
the old
aerial
cat. Yeah.
The aerial cat up on
See that poster on Ricky's study?
Cleveland.
You sit down the ocean front once in a while. The guy just like clean signs, put signs up. There's always work out of it. I mean,
It's funny. But that was one of our fire trucks. So.